Do not attempt the techniques you're about to see without consulting a professional. On this episode of The Dog Whisperer,
Lacey started trying to break into the house, scratching at the door and chewing at the molding, and now she's squeezing through that little itty-bitty vent into the garage.
She's very sweet, but terrified of pretty much everything.
Particularly garbage pails.
Come on, Sadie, let's go.
If it's a garbage day, she will literally go down the middle of the road to avoid them.
Come on, Sadie.
I'm just really fearful that somebody's not going to see us. She's going to keep pulling and get hit.
As she's gotten older, the aggression's gotten worse. She's become way more territorial. If I reach down to pet her, she will attack me.
when good dogs go bad, there's one man who's their best friend. Cesar Millan.
No dog is too much for me to handle. I rehabilitate dogs, I train people. I am the Dog Whisperer.
In this Los Angeles suburb, Mary Davies and Dan Martin share an elegant townhouse with their 64-pound English Bulldog.
Life without a dog, to me, is not really fulfilling. I love to have a dog in my life, and I love my dog.
We got the Bulldog just because we loved the way they looked, their personalities. We saw people that had them. We found her at a pet store. We walked in and we asked if they had any bulldogs, and the guy just kind of pointed over and said right there.
And she looked up at me, and my heart stopped. I just thought she was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Buster, come on.
We had our name picked out before we got the dog, and we were thinking of a male.
But she is a female, and her name completely fits her.
Buster's other personality came out real early. Probably at 3 or 4 months old, she started to get real possessive with toys. We had to clean her folds. So it was part of what, she would build up in her folds and clean her ears, and she got real nasty.
She's totally not going to let me do this. She's going to kill me.
There is a little bit of a warning, seconds maybe. And when she's in this mood, she walks around and she's looking to pick a fight.
Well, just get in there.
I can't. She's totally snarling at me.
I've got her.
As she's gotten older, the aggression's gotten worse. She's become way more territorial. So the patio is her area she likes to hang out in. But if I reach down to pet her at all, if I'm on the patio, she will attack me.
In the past year alone, Buster's violent aggression has cost Mary and Dan over $10,000 in emergency medical expenses.
I would think I was rubbing her eye or something. She had some stuff on her eye, and all of a sudden she just turned and grabbed on my hand. 8 stitches.
She attacked me and she tore open my right calf. And to get away from her, I had to jump into the bathtub. I had nowhere else to go. I had stitches on my knuckle. This wound, I didn't want to go to the hospital. I was nervous about telling them what happened. I didn't want, to get any authorities involved with my dog. And so I butterflied it myself. My biggest fear is, her getting an artery or something in her leg.
I would think if she could have the potential to actually kill you, if she got on the right vein.
Everybody that knows me always says, how can you live with a dog like that? Well, but dogs are not a throwaway thing. I would never in a million years think of not having her. It would kill me.
Cesar, I think we need your help.
We need your help, please.
Dog behavior expert Cesar Millan is no stranger to the bite of a bulldog. Will the bull-headed Buster finally meet her match with Cesar?
It's literally controls our life.
Wow.
The aggression problem, and she's bitten us several times.
Just maintenance, just cleaning her ears or anything like that. She won't let us do that.
Come on, let me clean your ears.
We have to actually take her to the vet and have her muzzled in order to have that done. And she attacks, and she's a bulldog, and she's strong, and she does a lot of damage. Other than that, you know, she's a great dog. I mean, she's smart. She's got a lot of good qualities. Very playful, very animated. So.
But what kind of play is she playing? Is it submissive play or is it dominant play?
No, it's kind of a dominant play, actually. I mean, she's very tomboyish, you know. So she's a bulldog, yeah.
Playing with a dog is not a problem. It's when a dog plays with dominance towards you. That is a problem.
Right.
So even if they're not holding you down or using aggression at that moment, they're still practicing.
Right, exactly.
Because you are in a funny state, you know, you're in a playful state. So, yeah.
Right.
So that makes me be in a submissive state as far as animals concerned.
Yeah, she was very growly and bitey, you know, as a puppy, and she's almost 6 years old, and I mean, we should have done this a long time ago. You know, we can't have people in our house because she can't be trusted. She has bit, you know, a visitor over here recently.
You have to, in a way, feel how they feel, so you know where they're coming from. But in the middle of the conversation or the consultation, I start feeling this burning feeling here. It's very overwhelming, and I'm pretty sure Mary felt that way, you know. So I feel people's energy, which is a little bit more toxic than dog's energy, because they're holding it, they're passionate about it, you know, holding it. It's very painful.
It is.
Because you love somebody, but that somebody doesn't respect you.
You know, I've always had sort of mixes, and I've never had a bulldog, so I've never experienced any aggression like this ever, and I've never had a fear of dogs ever.
So you're afraid now?
I'm afraid of her.
You are a follower who fears. Fear brings aggression.
I know. Whatever I have to do, I will do. No matter what.
So you're rock bottom.
I am rock bottom, definitely. We both are.
Yeah. I was very honest. I needed to breathe, you know, and just relax and decompress and you know, and detoxify myself and then come back and help. Because I can't help if I feel like her.
Normally would just keep my dog away from you, or I would have her on a leash and I would bring her out and let her sniff you.
All right. Well, can you do that without the leash?
Not a good idea. I wouldn't trust her.
But that's the part that I need to see to help you. Now that I'm against leash, it's just you're able to connect quicker when you are touching the leash than when you're not touching the leash. So I'm actually safer when the owner is not touching the leash.
Okay. Hi, Buster, come on out.
So I said, let's do it without the leash and see what happens. And more likely what happens is the dog is going to do normal behavior, which he did. But if you allow this, this is a much easier way for a dog to feel more comfortable, more dog, you know? All dogs do this, not just bulldogs.
Right.
So what you're saying is be a dog with me.
Okay.
What you're saying, cleaning the ears is the worst.
Cleaning the ears, yeah.
Okay. So for that exercise, for me to have a one-on-one, I need both of you guys to go to another room so I can have like what you do with the doctor. You give the dog takes away. That's what they take the owners away. Because a lot of times the owners worsen the situation, you know what I mean?
Now that Buster is relaxed and curious about him, Caesar decides to use a leash, not to protect himself, but to keep the bulldog from running away, while Caesar attempts to clean her ears.
All right, so the leash represents a negative. More likely, when a dog goes under, it goes into a defensive state to hide for something they are afraid of. You know, so that's right there. That's not an aggressive dog. That's just a fearful dog, or an unsure dog, or an insecure dog, or a shy dog. She's studying the situation. Okay, just like Hannah. All right, so we need a broom or something to get her. So the broom became an extension of my body, not to, you know, hurt the animal, just to tell her, okay, this is not a place for you. Hey, I'll find a remote control under your bed. It's like a little uncomfortable. Growling is not aggression, it's a conversation. So if you don't know how to feel the energy that they deliver, and you can interpret that, oh my God, it's evil. You know, it's gonna kill me. And it's the opposite. I'm just telling you, you're really scaring me. And I'm giving you my conversation from a bulldog point of view. She's a very chunky girl. And so it was impossible to move Miss America here. She just did a bulldog move and shuts down, and with all that weight, I wasn't gonna move her. And so that's when I went, okay, let's move the bed.
I was a little nervous down there. I did hear some commotion. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I was just hoping that she wasn't, you know, attacking him or biting him.
So then I grab the side of the neck so I can lift her, give a little memory of her mother carrying her. Heavy, so I gotta use my two hands and bring it out and just put it in a place where I want her to associate with relaxation. I just had the experience. I knew how to impress a bulldog, if you can say, and show her that I'm a bulldog on two legs, and because they surrendered to another bulldog. So right now, I am presenting the same scent that she learned to dislike. This is the one for the ears. I wanted to start from the way dogs start, you know, nose, eyes, ears, because I want her to get that this scent means total peace. Because before, this scent means total chaos. Let me see your reaction. I see nothing wrong with it, then let me introduce it as a touch. I have to touch before she touches me because she's warning me. The napkin is an extension of my energy. So I am related to that. So without risking my fingers, let me see how you feel about this. She's right there, she is challenging me. But not because she's challenging me, that means she's gonna bite me. She will bite me if I move at the wrong time. She was in a very friendly state. She came under me, very curious, very submissive. That's nice. But then she decided to get tense. That was not nice. So I needed to strike first or bite first in order to prevent being bitten. The key is to roll her over and she will go into a different state. So we were very consistent with the approach. We were very consistent that we were not going to fear her fear and her aggression, and that we were going to help her at the end. I thought that we were going to have a fight when we were cleaning the ears. Actually, we didn't have one. You know, we just had a little bit of a nervous tick, but not a fight. But as you see, I'm taking my time, making sure she understands, you know, the scent doesn't mean run away. So that could be one of the thing that happened here, that she will run away from the situation, and then she'll, I just told you I'm afraid. Now I'm gonna go after you because you're not getting the point. I keep seeing more and more her submissive side, you know, who she was born to be. She was born to be a submissive dog.
By the time Caesar finishes her other ear, Buster is relaxed enough to be rewarded with a massage.
You made my day, girl. All right, let's bring the owners.
Dan's energy is the calmest, so Caesar allows him to come up first.
When I came upstairs, I saw that she was completely calm and she was submissive and she was letting Caesar do whatever he wanted.
But actually, it's when she is running away that she becomes aggressive. So the cleaning part of this she's not being aggressive.
Right, once she submits,
yeah,
or getting her to submit, then the cleaning.
That's the cleaning, you
right.
See it? Definitely closed mouth is a symptom that closed mouth can go into a bite.
Right.
But don't get nervous, don't feed the nervousness. Just keep doing your job. Like a nurse, they have to do their job.
Right. And you're putting just a little pressure on her head, or?
Just a little bit, just to let her know that I mean, you know, I am here to cure you.
Right.
Because Mary's fearful energy is so strong, Caesar asks her to wait downstairs until Dan is comfortable with Buster. Only then does he invite her to join the group.
A little bit of cleaning, a little bit of massage.
Yeah.
That was a perfect moment for me to say, come and do this. And that's when she said, come me? What else? I don't have another Mary in here. Right now, she's just breathing.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to worry about.
Right.
Yeah, so
I don't feel anything negative from her. Okay. The greatest thing that happened today was I was able to clean my dog's face and her ears, and I was calm. She was calm.
Just stop and now give her a massage.
I would never sit on the floor with Buster because there was a time in the past where I was on the floor with Buster and she walked up to me and started rubbing against me and then went in for the attack. You know, she was at the time controlling the situation and I was in her space, but that's not going to happen again.
Yeah,
I mean, I've never done this in the whole time I've had her. I've never, you know.
But you see how you're going back to surface?
I've never felt calm enough to do anything like this, you know.
We definitely end up in a wonderful way of being, you know, really like a family sitting down with your dog and having a conversation, trusting. And so that's when Mary shared, you know, I really feel confident about this. In the conversation, she totally forgot about the fear.
I'm going to take control. That's exactly what I need to do.
And that opens up a personal side of you.
Mm-hmm.
You were already fearful.
Right.
She just took it to the next level.
She took it to a much higher level. Yeah. She wasn't happy controlling our lives. You know, she wants to be a dog. She needs to be a dog. I need her to be a dog. Thank you so much.
I believe they have the power.
Yes, I do.
What they need to do is just go outside and just experience the outside world. Take the dog 15, 10, 20 minutes for a walk. Always go back to basics. Always go back to simplicity. There's always an answer there.
She needed balance, she needed something that was missing, and now she's looking to us to be the pack leader. Maybe that's what she's missing.
And we are the pack leaders.
For the Gerard family dogs, a leisurely stroll through their leaf-strewn neighborhood can instantly turn into an encounter with the most terrifying phantom on the block, the trash can.
I was looking online at shelters for a puppy for my parents, and I saw her picture, and I called my parents, told them they had to come immediately.
We went to the shelter and fell in love with Sadie and took her home.
She was just the sweetest little girl.
My wife had always wanted another dog. We had Mo, who's our big boy, who's now 3.5.
I didn't do any research into what would be good for Mo. I went purely emotionally. I just saw her and loved her and knew that Mo would love her too.
She's very sweet, but very meek and terrified of pretty much everything.
Loud noises and particularly garbage pails.
Come on, Sadie, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go.
If it's a garbage day and there's garbage cans on the side, she will literally go down the middle of the road to avoid them.
I'm just really fearful that somebody's not going to see us. She's going to keep pulling and get hit.
Especially the traffic can be pretty heavy and quick down these roads. Anything new in her environment scares the living out of her.
Good girl. Good girl, Sadie girl. Good girl. Good girl, Sadie. Good girl.
I really tried to desensitize her to the things that she's fearful of, and it really hasn't helped.
The problem is that everything new is terrifying to her, so how do you desensitize the dog to everything? This is an issue that's in her makeup. I don't know where it's coming from.
My hopes are that I'll be able to take a walk with both of them and feel safe and not that fear of her snapping off the leash and, you know, running away or getting hit by a car.
On a rainy afternoon, Caesar pays a visit to the Gerards' Long Island home to see if he can get to the root of Sadie's stubborn phobias.
Well, Sadie, our little dog, is having a problem. She's afraid of garbage pails and anything new in her environment. In the house, we can pretty much deal with those issues, because the big issue is the safety issue when we take her outside. And
so you mentioned that in the house, you know how to deal with?
well, not that I know how to deal with it, but in the house, she seems to come out of being afraid of things more easily.
But she still runs away from the object.
Yeah, well, she'll move away, her tail will go down.
Most of the time, humans feel that the only things that matter is when the human is in danger. Yeah. I guess we're thinking that because the dog is not hurting himself and is not hurting the human, physically, there's nothing wrong with it, but psychologically, it's a build-up. So really, everything matters, not just what happens outside. What happens outside can hurt the human, but what happens inside, it still hurts the dog. You should care about all those little bitty details, because all that creates trust or respect. I know for a fact that when somebody says, my worst case scenario is such and such, and if I help them in their worst case scenario, everything outside that is easier, it's piece of cake, it's nothing, is the same.
Caesar decides to take advantage of the fact that it's trash day on the Girard Street and creates an obstacle course made up of the objects of Sadie's darkest fears.
See, there you go.
See?
Yeah, yeah. This is the fighting part. There we go. You have to be able to press and release. In my experience rehabilitating dogs that have become afraid of objects, I never bring the object to the dog. The best strategy in my experience is when you help the dog just to pass by like nothing is happening. There we go. We're not gonna let her choose a place. We're gonna tell her where to be. There we go. There you go. There we go. You went through it. So that is a sign that she's not really afraid, because when dogs are super afraid, they don't take food. She's unsure, but not really afraid, but she's frightening herself about it.
Primary
That's
reinforcement.
what she did. She went through it. There we go. This is good. This is the second time. There we go. She can't choose. She can't choose here. She have to go. There we go. There we go. Right there. I like that one. You see it? Right there. Right. Just a little bit. Relax. Right there. Then we move. That's pretty good. This is not the type of dog that need extensive rehabilitation time at the center. This was a very low level of insecurity. You know, to a point that in a matter of 2-3 times, the dog gave into it and learned to trust. Because the third time was awesome. The second time, feel good. And the third time was just totally, okay, with you, I can do this. Yeah. Now, we have to teach Debbie. So if she shuts down like this, the only thing you do is you pull up, and then when she starts moving forward, you relax. So then you answer, you know, with the relaxation. Mm-hmm. The tension is because she's giving you tension, so you're responding back. Mm-hmm. No tension. There we go. There we go. Shoulders up. There we go. Relax. Very nice. Don't let it pull you.
Okay.
You know, don't let her finish the exercise that way.
Okay.
She have to end the exercise relaxed. She can't end the exercise like running away from the exercise.
Okay.
And then goes back into flight.
Right. I was more just desensitizing her and worrying about putting her next to it, as opposed to keeping myself relaxed and keeping myself calm and transmitting that feeling to her.
That's right. That's right. In front of you, not in front of you. That's very nice. Very nice. That's good. Nice, nice. I wanted to show them how to utilize the concept of Boy Scout in a way, you know, the concept of a dog that is balanced, a dog that is in a good state. How can that dog help the dog? When you're not touching the leash, the dog is touching the leash, so they have pure, wonderful energy, and Daddy has the best energy on earth. So that's the energy that is running through the leash. So now I have Daddy here as a block, Trash Can as a block. She's going through the middle. She picked up on it, so this is a big deal. You don't have flight.
Right.
So you do this repetition. Now, all of you guys do this on a daily basis, and then you...
Well, certainly Deb and I will be doing this when we walk.
She's never reacted this calmly.
Right, yeah. And of course, we feed that, you know, we feed that energy to it. There you go. Now, can you make this case bad? Yes, by you being tense, nervous, fearful, you know, or not dealing with it.
Or ignoring it.
Or ignoring them, yes.
I saw dramatic improvement just in the short time that Caesar was working with her. And it's an indication to both of us that what we were doing was off base, and seeing where to go and how to proceed gives us hope and inspires us to continue striving toward getting her to the best that we can.
That's how it looks like. So look, this is relaxed.
How much do I have to pay you to stay here and do this?
Oh, brother. Gotta go back home.
I grew up loving animals, and I used to bring home every stray. I drove my parents crazy. I got my first pony when I was 12, and I still ride. I wanted a yellow lab. So I got Dakota. He was like my pride and joy. When I got pregnant, I wanted a playmate for him. So then I saw Lacey on the Channel 5 Pet of the Week adoption. She really bonded with Dakota like he was her guardian angel. So wherever he went, she would follow. So for the first 9 years, everything's fine. Lacey never chewed anything, never dug holes. She was like the model dog. We had Madison, and then Delaney, and then Grayson. And then Madison a few years ago wanted a puppy of her own, something small. All things led to this Boston Terrier, so we got him. A few years ago, the problem started with, we were gone for the day, and some clouds came in and some thunder started, and we found Lacey in the house when we came home, and she had ripped through the whole vinyl window in the dining room. After that, one other time, she tried to do the same thing, and so I put the electric fence in so that she couldn't come to the house except for the door where I let them in. Then she started trying to break into the house, scratching at the door and chewing at the molding.
A very determined Lacey even chewed through a metal grate just to get inside the garage.
So she broke her teeth and had pokes, you know, bloody pokes all over her face and her paws from breaking through that mesh, trying to get into the garage. It was always happening when I wasn't home, and so I couldn't figure out exactly what was triggering it. In this past year, it's gotten worse. And then now she's squeezing through that little itty-bitty vent into the garage. Now that she's squeezing her way into the garage, she can't get back out. I just don't want her to hurt herself. I hope Caesar can help Lacey be happy and comfortable in her yard and not be so nervous and panic mode that she has to get inside.
Once she enters into the house, where does she go and hide?
If I'm home and she does it, I let her in, and she'll lay down right there in the bathroom, and she's happy.
We know she comes this way, but has she ever tried?
Has she gone back out? No. No. Before, I knew it was sound related.
Yeah.
Now she just is doing it, and I don't know why.
Because nobody ever helped her to react in a different way, you know? Like you say, it was the firecracker or whatever.
Right.
They trigger the behavior for her to look for...
To flee.
To flee to a safe environment,
right.
You know? She feels her inside safe. She doesn't feel safe outside. I think it's a natural reaction of a brain of any animal to, you know, to look for a place where it feels quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see that wrong.
Okay.
But why you don't create something so she can get in and out?
When Caesar said, let her come in, I thought, well, okay, so I'm giving her what she wants, and I thought, well, how am I going to do that when I'm not home? And I'd like her to be happy outside.
She's the only one who knows how to find areas around the house. So set it up in a way where she's the only one who can go through it.
Okay.
The rest of the dogs psychologically will not know how to go through it.
After he explained everything, it made sense that if she's not feeling safe and secure, that we need to provide a safety factor for her, and if that means coming into the house and having the other dogs be outside, then that's the answer.
When you have a pack, you're going to see different needs that they need to be met by pack leader. The most important part is that you have to create calm, submissive state. Coming in here makes her calm, submissive. That energy is absolutely healthy for the rest of the pack members. What matters is, you know, how can you create the balance?
Okay.
Bring it back to balance. Which one is this?
This is Dexter. He's the 2-year-old clown.
Okay. So they always stand outside, or they come in, or?
They stay outside during the day, and they come in at night.
Okay.
When all 3 of them are in the house, they kind of get wound up, and they kind of rip around and stuff.
Going for a walk as a pack, how often do that happen?
How often? Not that often right now.
Because that's how you can control once they come inside the house and you don't want the whole excited behavior.
Right.
Once the pack walk, then you can bring it into an environment where you don't want excitement. You follow? So that how you control that or prevent that is by fulfilling this.
Okay.
That is when a dog is in a very calm state. You will see all that.
And that's what I want.
Yeah, but
Right.
you can't have it if you don't do exercise discipline.
Okay.
Because indoor becomes affection. So when they're in a calm, submissive state, then they can join affection.
You know, I have to figure out in my schedule to be able to take all of them, you know, for a good mile walk every day and be able to fit that into my routine.
Yeah. Show me that. Show me where would you do that. I want to see you in action.
Oh, yeah. No, no.
I know how a sort of woman looked like, you know. So when she went and knocked on the glass door, that was very clear to me that she has that energy. So I don't have to create anything. Just have to help her to understand that she's not being honest to the fulfillment. It's pretty much it, you know, about really making your life work the way you want it to work, but you have to include the dog, you know, in your agenda. They're pretty much in the same state. Now, at this point, what we do is supervise. And then if it escalates and then we go in there, then we tell them how far can they play. It's not that we don't want them to express themselves, it's we don't want them to practice too intense.
Okay.
And then they see that we also control the game.
Okay.
See, now they start getting a little bit more serious, but...
Like,
Hey. You have to send them back.
well, do you want to see
Yes,
what
I
she's
do.
done over here, where she comes in?
Yes.
Tamara shows Caesar the damage Lacey has done in her continual quest to get inside the house.
So she started, this is the door where she comes in. Ooh, yeah, isn't that nice?
Caesar plans to return and introduce Lacey to an electronic dog door, one that will allow Lacey in and out of the house but will keep other dogs at bay.
And she is squeezing her body in through there.
Oh, you're amazing.
Meanwhile, Lacey will need a strict regimen of daily walks with all 3 dogs to drain their energy and establish Tamara as pack leader. Before leaving, Caesar suggests a family walk, but he observes a problem right out of the gate.
And normally, if it's me, I say stay. Stay, get back, sit, 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 stay. And then I would put their leashes on. With my kids, they blast right through.
Okay, bring it back, bring it back. There we go. What they're seeing is that when you came in, you're coming with the belief that you're going to control him with sound.
Right?
Right?
Yes.
So that makes you a very excited source of energy. Stay, stay, sit, sit, stay, 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 sit, sit, sit. You see what I mean? But
Yeah.
you're already coming with that state of mind from over there.
Yes.
You just vocalize it here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. They just turn around and walk away.
Right. So I came with the conversation of first owning the gate, And then that makes them automatically back away because they're not used to this way of conversation.
Exactly.
I have to bite. Once I bite, then automatically say, oh, he wants the space.
And then they give it to you.
And then they give it to me. They still want to go out.
Sure they do.
But they are behaving in a way where they will behave to a natural pack leader,
Okay.
right? How many times did I say stay?
You didn't.
How many times did I say sit?
Never. You didn't say
Not
anything.
verbally.
Right, but
This is what I want. And then relax.
the gate was a huge help for me because that's been an issue. Like the kids don't want to get the dogs out because they all charge through the gate. More of a...
See?
Okay.
That was not even a physical touch when the whole brain went back.
So that whole opening the gate and making them wait until they're calm was fabulous.
Love it. That's beautiful. That was a beautiful start right there. What I found today is almost a perfect pack. They have to work very little in tuning things up. This is just about fulfilling. It's not a dramatic rehabilitation. This is just about getting back and to be aligned with Mother Nature and ground yourself and move from there. We have excitement submission, not excitement dominance, which is good.
Okay.
Now, once you are more consistent with, draining the physical energy, this automatically goes here. I told Tamara to have a meeting with the pack of humans. Because having a meeting with the pack of animals is going to be reflecting on how the humans behave. So let's get to the source and make sure all the pack of humans understand, or the group of humans understand, that from this point on, leadership before affection. That's going to be important. They have to learn to fulfill the need of the pack. Just calm and assertive, okay? Here, hold this one too. There you go, and then just go. Don't say anything, just relax. Tamara was proactive, brought the camera. Let me see how he do it, and then I'm gonna play the same role. You relax. It's just like riding a horse. There we go. Nice. Feels different, don't you think?
Yeah.
Feels much better, more like connecting, right? See, that like right there. Somebody snaps him out of it, look. You saw it? I snap him. And then...
See, she's gotten aggressive in her older age.
Yeah, just you keep your pack calm, submissive. Regardless of how old it comes, you keep it calm, submissive.
Good job, Maddie.
Yeah, you're doing great. So don't put the tension, just relax. There we go. We gotta control it in a different way. Just relax. Relax. See how he went on his own? Because we didn't give any fuel into it.
Okay.
See, the human did not behave tense. The dogs then went into aggression.
Oh.
We repel him with a calm, assertive energy, calm, submissive state.
Okay, right.
So the situation that we just got right now, we use it in our advantage. We control the situation.
Mm-hmm.
No sound, no screaming, no tension,
there was none
no
of that. That was great.
Having a kid learning dog psychology is the greatest thing because they don't question you. You just do it.
Super. Super, super.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
Very nice. Here it is. This is all yours.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Everything is going great. The walks are going well. Caesar had talked about not separating the pack and letting them all in, and if I took the steps the right way, walking and all that first, that they should come in and be calm. And that has truly happened because now they're all three in the house and they just lay down. So it's been great.
So how are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for
How are
waiting,
you?
by the way. Thanks for
Absolutely.
waiting.
No worries. No worries.
All right, so looks pretty cool. Do we have the door? Oh, yeah, we got a door. She was creating her own doggy door. But this time we went and get one that she can properly use and not destroy the house, and the house maintain the beauty, the architectural beauty. So the goal is to help her to understand that she doesn't have to dig anywhere else. She can just go through there. Let's put her.
Tamara places an electronic tag on Lacey's collar that sends a signal to unlock the door when Lacey approaches.
She's feeling comfortable about that new little device that she has here.
As the only one with a tag on her collar, Lacey will be the only dog allowed inside. This electronic unlocking device offers extra security from unwanted intruders, both animal and human.
When Lacey came close to the automatic door made a sound, click. And so that click made Lacey go back. So the doggy door himself is a great invention, but if you don't know how to introduce to the invention, then animal is more likely to walk away, because it's an artificial thing, something that they don't know DNA-wise.
Caesar lures Lacey through a new door with a tempting bit of cheese.
In Lacey's case, you know, a dog that is very sensitive, you have to lower your level of assertiveness, because you can overpower by energy alone. There you go. Very gentle dog. Come on. Very good. Okay, you guide her over here. There you go. There you go.
That's great.
See, that's right. Very nice. There you go. Right there. Very nice.
Once Lacey is comfortable entering through the dog door, Caesar lowers the flap so she can become accustomed to pushing it open with her nose.
Good girl.
My way of saying coming in, look. You see it?
That was great.
See, that was no cheese anymore.
Right?
I used the cheese in the beginning to bring back nose into the game.
Right.
Right? I brought back trust.
That was great.
Very small amount of physical touch. It was more gently leading the dog on in it.
Right.
Now let's do it again. All right, Mr.
Licked my hand again.
What?
She licked my hand again.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Next, it's Tamara's turn.
If I had a hammer in my hand, I would bring it here. Oh.
See, she did it better with you.
I didn't even have to do anything. I touched your collar.
She did it much better with you than she did it with me.
I just touched her collar.
That's not fair.
Oh.
So it's not always cheese, okay? It's not always food. Don't stick to the food only, because then they become dependent. The only time they do it is if you have the cheese or the cookie, or you want them to do it because you said it. Right now she is.
Come on.
We're coaching her to do it from outside
Lacey.
by herself.
Come on, Lacey, come. Good girl. Come on. Come on.
Well, thanks for being open to a very simple solution.
Well, thank you. I'm so thrilled you came to our house and helped us. You really helped with all the dogs,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, see you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Fear has many faces in the dog world, from fight or flight to avoidance. How you react plays a big part in helping your dog deal with his fears. Lacey uses her dog door every day to come and go as she pleases. No more great escapes for Lacey.
So we're super happy with the results. I couldn't be happier. She's super calm, and thank you to Caesar, because he's amazing.
Great job, Tamara.
Come on, girl.
Sadie's owners report that the trash cans no longer frighten her.
I just want to let you know that my entire human pack has been helping me. Corey and Amanda have been supporting us with her, and we're trying to make her comfortable in the home as well as outside.
Exercise has played a big part of Buster's rehabilitation. She's flourishing now that Dan and Mary are following the exercise discipline and affection formula. Hopefully now emergency room visits are a thing of the past.
Thanks, Caesar. Thank you, everybody, for helping us, because you've made our life so much better. And Buster's a much happier dog.
Remember, the best way to help your dog overcome his issues is to be a calm, assertive pack leader.